The Biden State Department claims that discussion about the collapse of Western civilization and the evisceration of traditional family values is a Russian disinformation plot. Yeah, really. State.gov posted an article entitled Russia's Top 5 Persistent Disinformation Narratives. Theme number 3, the collapse of Western civilization is imminent. Russia pushes the false claim that Western civilization is collapsing and has strayed from traditional values because it works to ensure the safety and equality of LGBTQI+ people and promotes concepts such as female equality and multiculturalism. The demise of Western civilization is one of Russia's oldest disinformation tropes, with claims of the decaying West documented since the 19th century. The values-based disinformation narrative evokes ill-defined concepts including tradition, family values, and spirituality. Russia argues it is the bastion of so-called traditional values and gender roles and serves as a moral counterweight to the decadence of the United States and Western countries. For example, President Putin has claimed the West has practically cancelled the concepts of mother and father and instead has replaced them with parent 1 and 2, while Foreign Minister Lavrov wrote that Western students learn at school that Jesus Christ was bisexual. Really? So the entire narrative that traditional values are collapsing, that multiculturalism is eroding Western civilization, that promotion of minority sexual identity movements is fostering degeneracy, and that language itself is being deformed to attack family values, this is all just a harebrained myth dreamt up by the Kremlin. Bollocks. Last time I checked, it wasn't the Russians targeting kids in schools as young as 8 with books that describe sex acts. Last time I checked, it wasn't the Kremlin sending federal agents to spy on a mother for complaining that her kids were being exposed to noncery on the school curriculum. Last time I checked, it wasn't Vladimir Putin demonizing the parents who complain about this as domestic terrorists. Last time I checked, it wasn't the Russians sending drag queens to perform bizarre and often sexualized stunts in front of literal toddlers. Last time I checked, it wasn't the Kremlin calling for the, quote, stigma of pedophilia to be delegitimized. Last time I checked, it wasn't Vladimir Putin normalizing 12-year-old drag queen kids on national television.
Please welcome Desmond Napoles, aka Desmond is amazing.
Remind me, did the Russian version of Netflix release Cuties, or was that the Western Netflix? Last time I checked, it wasn't the Russians passing laws mandating schools refrain from using father and mother and instead insist on using parent 1 and parent 2. That wasn't Russian disinformation, it was an actual law passed in France. Last time I checked, it wasn't the Kremlin promoting harmful lifestyles like fat acceptance, vacuous promiscuous sexual lifestyles while telling Western women never to have kids. No, that's our own media and culture doing that. Last time I checked, it wasn't Vladimir Putin ordering that billboards be put up in European cities telling white people to sterilize themselves. Last time I checked, it wasn't the Russians flooding Western countries with third world migrants. Last time I checked, the Kremlin didn't have any say over European open border policies. It wasn't the Russian Navy rescuing migrants from dinghies and putting them up at taxpayer expense in 4-star hotels. Last time I checked, it wasn't the University of Moscow concluding that by every measurable benchmark, multiculturalism isn't a strength. No, that was a study by the University of Copenhagen. Last time I checked, Russian agents weren't responsible for the wave of Christian church fires and desecrations that have swept across Europe in recent years. Last time I checked, Russian agents weren't pulling down statues that embodied Western civilization.
A statue of Thomas Jefferson that stood for decades in front of Jefferson High School is not there any longer.
A Fox 12 viewer sent us this video of the statue of the nation's third president as it was pulled down.
But yeah, I guess that instead of just having to admit that all that is actually happening and that the Biden administration is opening the door for it to happen, far easier to just spew Russian collusion conspiracy theory and hope that gullible people buy it. I don't, but then again, they'll probably just claim that I'm working for the Russians too. To get exclusive content, early access, behind-the-scenes stuff, and to personally interact with me, please sign up for my community at pauljosephwatson.locals.com. Link in description, and thank you for your generous support.